Case of road rage turned physical. Woman is suing a Lafayette police officer, says he assaulted her in a parking lot while off duty.
Aurora police are sharing more information about the people involved in a kidnapping at a troubled apartment complex.
And a new report shows Denver's 911 dispatchers are not answering calls quickly enough.
Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Alexandra Lewis.
And I'm Kyle Clark. A Lafayette police officer is now being investigated by his own department. There are allegations that he assaulted a woman while he was off duty.
9 News reporter Ria Joss spoke with that woman who said she was on her way to work when the officer got road rage and started aggressively tailgating her.
Yeah, and that woman also filed a lawsuit against that officer on Wednesday. She said it all happened in a parking lot at a strip mall in Thornton before 8 a.m. when a man driving a regular car in regular clothes, attacked her. Even on a beautiful commute like this one, rush hour is frustrating.
Every day this is how I get to work.
But usually road rage stays on the road. On November 20th, it didn't for Jasmine Martell.
I passed him and he came right up on me, behind me, started tailgating me. I found out later that he's a Lafayette police officer.
It was Lafayette PD officer Nathan Cashin.
He was in sweats and a t-shirt and tennis shoes, so no identification of a police officer. Again, he had his children in the car.
At the time, he was just a random guy driving a 2013 Kia Soul who had been following her since she cut him off 20 minutes ago.
So then I stopped here at this stop sign and I got out of my car to ask him, like, why are you following me? That's it. He just said, I'm a police officer and I'm detaining you for erratic behavior.
The lawsuit she filed against him this week accuses Officer Cashin of twisting Jasmine's arm behind her back, then slamming her face first into the side of her car.
I'm pressed against with my arm behind my back and he has my feet like this and I'm just like screaming because this arm is free. So I'm like screaming.
She said 2 witnesses helped her out of the situation and corroborated her story to Thornton police. Cashin told police he did it because his training kicked in.
I feel like if that's your training for a speeding ticket, what's your training for other things?
Officer Cashin is now on administrative leave while the Lafayette Police Department investigates what happened. Jasmine doesn't think he should be driving any vehicle, especially one that comes with a badge.
I try to avoid taking this route because every time I pull into this parking spot or this stop sign, I feel like he's here waiting. I mean, you're a cop and I had to call the cops on you.
The Lafayette Police Chief said Officer Cashin is facing criminal charges that are getting processed in Adams County Court. The lawsuit asked the court to take away Officer Cashin's certification to work as a police officer in order to protect the public. Ria Cha, 9 News.
Our warm December trend certainly continued today. In fact, Denver came just 1 degree shy of tying a record of 69 degrees. This unseasonably warm temperatures are expected to last through the weekend, and that includes another shot at a record tomorrow, despite winter officially starting about 2:21 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it's aggressively warm, Corey Repenhagen, aggressively warm.
Very aggressive, man. If you are among those who celebrate the solstice, happy solstice coming up to you tomorrow. We're going to have another temperature that could be like this one, 68 in Denver today, a good 25 degrees above average and just 1 degree, like Alex said, from tying an all-time record. Here are the other high temperatures. Leadville came one degree from a high, record high. Fort Collins was 2 degrees from a record high. 17 in Gunnison was actually one of the warmer days they've had in a while. And here's tomorrow, 67 degrees here is the record for December 21st, which is the official start of winter this year, and our forecast is 64. I bumped that up 1 degree because of some guidance coming in tonight. Now we'll talk about the heat coming up this weekend and a couple of winter storms coming our way over the next 5 days.
Today, Aurora's police chief confirmed that investigators believe a Venezuelan gang was behind the attack at the Edge at Lowry Apartments Monday night.
I will say without question, in my opinion, this is TDA activity.
Say they're in the process of bringing charges against 11 people after they believe this group targeted a couple, tied them up because the woman took a video of a fight at the apartment complex. ICE is holding 8 of the suspects. Another 3 are wanted. Police say one of the suspects also happened to be one of 6 men seen in this viral video from August. In that video, 6 men with guns knock on doors at the complex. With this latest arrest, 4 of the 6 are now in custody. That video helped to propel national headlines and also sparked false claims from President-elect Donald Trump that the Venezuelan gang had conquered Aurora and was using firepower beyond what the U.S. military possesses.
The TDA is so challenging because there is very limited information about them. There is very limited, if any, self-identification. When you look at these photos, again, they're not dressed in any particular way. This isn't like we're going back to the 1980s where you used to see gangs dress in very specific attire or stand in a very specific way or act in a very specific way.
The city has repeatedly said that that particular apartment complex is a criminal nuisance. They've been working with the owners on a deal to shut it down. The city has promised people living there 30 days notice before it closes. We also heard today from Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman for the first time since the attack on that couple by the suspected gang members. Kaufman's been under growing pressure to explain his conflicting statements about migrant gang activity in his city, and he's now turning the blame on Denver's mayor. Kaufman is accusing the city of Denver of secretly moving migrants into Aurora using nonprofits. Kaufman did not provide evidence to support his claim. Those nonprofits have said they placed migrants wherever they could find available and affordable housing in the metro area. Kaufman says Denver won't provide information on what he believes to be the city's involvement with the nonprofit placement. So Aurora is filing an open records request looking for evidence to support Kaufman's claim that Mayor Johnson's administration in Denver somehow directed those migrants into Aurora.
He had the legal right to do it, but I thought it was gutless politically not to let us know. And I think it not only hurt us, it hurt the very people that were moved over here. So it's unfair to them. It's a form of human dumping and unfair to our city, what the mayor did.
We reached out to the city of Denver today, and Johnson's team said the city of Denver did not place migrants in Aurora.
Today, the Denver District Attorney's Office said no charges will be filed in connection with the online publication of voting system passwords on the state's website. The reason? Because it wasn't done intentionally. We're told a 7-week-long investigation found there were no violations by Jenna Griswold's office because the passwords were published in error and not knowingly. Last month, the office acknowledged that one employee inadvertently posted passwords. They remained online for months until the breach was discovered in late October. That employee is no longer working with the department.
Congress has less than an hour to avoid a government shutdown. The House passed a 3-month funding bill with bipartisan support tonight. Now it's in the Senate as they work late. Earlier today, the House agreed on a stopgap funding bill that would fund the government through March. It's been a scramble since Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump torpedoed a bipartisan deal before it could get voted on. Trump demanded a bill that suspends America's debt limit. The GOP proposed one that would do that for 2 years, but it did not have enough votes. The bill that passed today is much shorter term. It does not suspend the debt limit, as Trump demanded. The deadline to get a deal done and avoid a shutdown is 12:01 a.m. Eastern, so a bit less than an hour.
A parents group is now suing Denver Public Schools to stop the closure of 7 schools that the board recently approved to close. In the lawsuit, the group, Mamas Stay DPS, claims the declining enrollment data is inaccurate and their children will be harmed if the district moves forward. Last month, the board voted to close 7 schools and downsize 3 others. The lawsuit also alleges that Superintendent Dr. Alex Marrero and the district wrongfully redirected funds to private charter schools. DPS says it will not comment on this pending litigation.
Denver's 911 dispatchers are not answering calls as quickly as they should, according to new findings from the city auditor.
9 News reporter Evan Krugel has more on what the audit uncovered and what the city's doing to fix it.
Can I go ahead? Name and date of birth?
Denver 911 dispatchers field more than 500,000 calls every year, but these calls are not being answered quickly enough, according to a new report released by Denver auditor Tim O'Brien.
We found that the Department of Safety is not, meeting its own goals.
Those goals call for 90% of calls to be answered within 15 seconds, but a review of more than 500,000 calls showed only 71% were answered within that time frame. 6% of calls took more than 2 minutes to be picked up.
It doesn't need much explanation to know that the sooner someone is cared for, the more likely they are going to have a complete recovery.
O'Brien's team unveiled those findings at a meeting Thursday night, where they received this response from Andrew Dameron, who oversees the 911 Communications Center.
Everything that the auditors found was 100% correct. It's information that we've known.
Dameron blames problems with hiring and retaining dispatchers. He says they need 41 more call takers to be able to meet those national standards.
It takes 6 months to train a new 911 call taker for independent duty. So every time we lose somebody, we're at least 6 months behind, if not more, in replacing that individual.
The audit also found Denver Fire and Denver Health are not responding to calls quickly enough. Both declined interviews with us today, but sent the following statement saying they're working to find solutions and implement recommendations to serve the people of Denver.
They have the same concern that I think I have, I think that the community has, which is the sooner we get you cared for, the better off you're going to be.
O'Brien says they'll continue to monitor the situation with additional audits over the next few years. In Denver, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
We do have that full report posted on our website, 9news.com.